So, Shannon, what's going on with Steph?
There's nothing wrong with Steph. I mean, we got to stop this notion that great players in today's game, if they go a quarter or they go a half or they go this, that there's something wrong with them. Because we're making it seem like their predecessors, any great player, Jordan, Magic, Bird, whomever you want to choose, never had it off fourth quarter, never had it off overtime. Steph Curry is the third leading scorer in the NBA, averaging 29 points a game. Steph Curry was a plus 15. They were minus 15 in the 12 minutes that Steph Curry sat. I thought Steve Kerr left him out too long, Skip, because when he exited in the third quarter, they had a 6-point lead. When he come back with a little over 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, they were tied up in the ball game. I just thought Steve Kerr left him out too long, and he got out of rhythm. But Steph was plus. They were plus 12 with Steph 41 minutes. That's where they lost the game, is that, and a lot of times that happens, Skip, when your best player goes off the court. Can you maintain the lead? Or where Golden State was really good, Skip, when they were winning championships, is that when their second unit came on the court, whatever the lead was, it was expanded. Or it was at least the same when they Steph and KD or and Clay and Draymond, when they would come back, either the lead had expanded or it was at least, at bare minimum, the same.
Yep. Now
they find themselves in a situation if Steph, Draymond, whomever leaves the court, the starters leave, they're going to come back and it's going to be a lot different ball game than what it is. But there's nothing wrong with Steph Curry. I'll take it. If you think something wrong with it, let me have it. Let me have it with the Lakers. I'll show you what's wrong with him. I'll show you.
Well, is he the all-time greatest shooter ever?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Yeah, but even Larry Bird missed shots. Michael Jordan missed shots. Yep, he sure did.
Would you call Steph Curry the all-time greatest clutch shooter ever?
No, I would not.
You would not?
No.
I saw a stat yesterday that said Steph could miss his next 500 regular season three-point shots and still have a better percentage in the regular season than Ray Allen.
Yes.
Whew.
Yes.
Yet, for my money, postseason, game on the line, give me that guy who killed my Spurs with the greatest clutch shot I've ever seen in Game 6, obviously,
you would
2013.
think, Skip, as well as he shoots the ball from distance, you would think that he would be better in the clutch situation, that he would have so many more walk-offs and game winners than what he actually has.
That has been my only issue. And I'll call it a small issue with Steph Curry, but it continues to rear its ugly head. He's just not a great clutch shooter. I'm talking about last second, game on the line. I'm going to change the night.
Right.
I'm going to wipe the slate clean with one stroke. And he had 2 chances late last night. And I started watching this game and I could not stop.
Right.
Mostly because of Ja Morant. We're going to talk about him in a few minutes.
Yeah, we are. You're going to come around to my side, I believe.
We'll see about that. But he is making an early, very early MVP case of his own.
He's definitely making an all-star case.
Is he? Because he scared the life out of your Lakers, and it came down to that third free throw that he missed, but then he went up to Golden State, and he validated what they did.
7-7. He was 7-7 from the free throw line.
And validated that they did win the play-in game at Golden State. Last year, he did have Dylan Brooks, who's out so far.
Right.
But the point was, they did it again.
Right.
And they did it because Steph had chances late to make shots. He had 3 more chances in overtime to just change the game, wipe the slate clean, and he didn't do it.
No.
And it did not surprise me because the series that sticks in my craw, I can't get it out of my psyche, was your one big comeback, LeBron's big comeback in his second go-round in Cleveland happened in 2016 when they were down 3-1. You remember it all too well. And what happened in Game 7? Well, in the end, Kyrie happened. You can throw in LeBron had the greatest chase down block in the history of basketball. That all happened down the stretch of Game 7. But what happened to the home team? This was at Oracle. This was Steph's team at home with no KD, obviously. And what did Steph do in Game 7? He shot 6 of 19. That was 32%. He shot 4 of 14 from 3. That's 29%. And if we then go microcosm, we go down to the fourth quarter of Game 7 at home. This is his house.
Right.
These are his fans. This is his game to win or lose, to me. And in the fourth quarter, Steph Curry goes 1 of 6, 1 of 5 from 3, and doesn't get to the free throw line one time. He's a plus minus of -1, had one huge turnover about the 3-minute mark. We just got careless and went behind the back and threw it into the third row.
Right.
It was like a Russell Westbrook memorial.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? I don't know what you're thinking. So, again, with the 3-1 lead in games 5, 6, and 7, 2 of them at home, Steph Curry in the fourth quarters of those games shot 6 of 20, 3 of 12 from 3, and would you believe he never got to the free throw line one time in any of those 3 fourth quarters as they lost Game 5, Game 6, and Game 7. It was just hard for me to stomach because then we came full circle back to Kawhi's Toronto, and obviously KD got hurt, and then Clay got hurt, and it was horrendous. But Steph had a chance to save the day.
Yeah.
A couple of late shots.
And he was hot earlier because that was the game he had 47, if I'm not mistaken.
He did, but he had a shot to win it, and he missed it. So as deep as we are into his career, as great as he is, and I will give you this, he's the greatest shooter I've ever seen. But he is not a great clutch shooter. He has not proven that. Maybe he's got enough basketball left that he'll show us. Maybe he'll have more opportunities. Surely he's going to cash one at some point. But it did not surprise me last night that he went from 36 points through 3 quarters to no points.
36 through the entire game.
Yeah, 36. He went up with 36. So you go fourth quarter. Now, I'm with you. I don't know why Steve rested. Maybe he said, I'm a little gassed. I don't know.
And maybe, Skip, it's because it's early. And you're not trying to tax him this early in the season because, you know, he played 41 minutes and 41 minutes. That's a lot of minutes 5 games into the season. Because Steph normally plays around 35, 36 minutes. Occasionally, they like to play him even less than that, and they were really good. But Steve Kerr's probably thinking, man, it's a game, you know, hey, let me get him some rest. He'll come in fresh. But I never thought he got his rhythm back. Once he rested that long, Skip, he didn't seem to have the same rhythm that he had before he left that game.
Okay, so to your dismissive point, I'll take him. Well, sure you'd take him. Who wouldn't take him? I got that. But would you take him over Ray Allen in the postseason? I would not.
But I think the thing is, Skip, is that it's different now. The shots that the 3 was a lot more contested than it is now. There's a lot more space. That's why it's just so hard to compare eras. Because the era that we're in now with all the space, it's kind of like football, Skip. And when we're going to look back in 20 years and we're going to look at these numbers and we're going to say, really? Because it's going to be commonplace. You're going to have 5 guys throw for 5,000 yards in a season. Somebody's going to throw for 6,000 yards here before long, Skip. It might happen this year. I say within the next 5 years, there will be somebody throw for 6,000 yards.
Well, obviously, we got an extra game.
You're right.
But even so,
And with the rules, and so we're going to have a receiver. You're going to have a bunch of receivers getting 120, 130. Michael Thomas, that we like, man, 150-something catches. Somebody's going to probably go get 160, 175, and somebody's going to have 2,000 yards receiving. And so it's going to be so hard, and that's why it's so hard to compare eras, because it was so different than when Ray first got in shooting the threes, as opposed to what it is now. Look at Buddy Hield has the most threes on 1,000 attempts, and Buddy Hield is not the shooter that Steph Curry is. But it's a totally different game shooting the 3 from when Steph came in to what it is now. And I don't know tell him what it's going to be, Skip, another 5 to 10 years from now. But I'll take Steph. Nothing wrong with Steph. I'll tell you what, y'all leave him open then and see.
Okay. Well, what sells? Touchdown passes and 3-point shots. Okay?
Exactly.
Bingo.
And that's the guy you want to see him shoot him. The dunk is the dunk, Skip. But don't nothing get the crowd going like a 3-pointer. Because that's what happened with 20-point leads now. Guys hit a couple of threes, and what was now all of a sudden it's like, damn. How did they get back in it on 4 possessions?
See Russell Westbrook.
There you go, man. I'm trying to forget that.
By tonight, you'll be able to forget it.
Because old Gold will be back running be in that orchestra.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Russell have his earbuds in, right?
Probably.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.